I can only imagine what it's like with the, wind chills that are below zero, because it was cold in Hebron yesterday.
It was cold yesterday. We were fine. Today was probably the better of the 2 days. If I could do it over again and pick one, go with the warmer.
That's okay. The bottom line is you did it.
Absolutely.
We've got a quiet night on the way tonight. Temperatures inland, single digits, around 10 degrees at the coast. Maybe Kittery, York, or Ogunquit stays more like 15 degrees as the clouds start to move on in out ahead of our storm. Radar nice and quiet here, but that's not the case for some parts of even southern New England now, starting to see snow make its way into like Bridgeport, Connecticut area, Greenwich, down through New York City into New Jersey. The Poconos starting to see snow. And then here is what's going to become the low that we start to watch. This is the one that tracks along the coastline and brings us our chance for more widespread snow. And it's a little bit earlier than what we were looking at yesterday. Let's run through the overnight hours. Not much to talk about. Some lingering cloud cover again, especially southwestern Maine. See this signature right here? We might end up with some stray flurries or a snow shower tomorrow, some ocean enhancement as we start to move in some moisture out ahead of the storm itself. But I don't think we actually see the heavier snow start up until about 4 o'clock. That's going to start in southern York County. So the Berwicks, maybe even up to Sanford, start to see flakes by 4 o'clock tomorrow. About 6 o'clock for Portland, this keeps moving inland, looking around 9 or 10 o'clock for Lewiston and Augusta. And then just before midnight, Bangor and the down east coastline will fill in with snow. And these dark blues that you see signify wicked heavy snow. I think we're going to get quite the thump on the front end of this system. So watch how this all works out. Here's the storm itself. The wind comes out of the east and northeast, hence the name nor'easter. We've got high pressure to the north, keeping that cold air locked in place. And that means that we get to see some pretty impressive snow overnight Monday into Tuesday. By Tuesday morning, blowing snow is on the table. Wind is going to pick up out of the east and northeast. We'll be dealing with snow-covered roads just about everywhere. And I think that by maybe even midnight, some spots in southwestern Maine could already be at 6 or more inches of snow. The storm lasts through the day on Tuesday. In the afternoon, we could introduce some drier air, and we will likely still see some mixing down east, although it does coincide with that drier air, so the rain looks lighter, which will keep totals a little bit higher than originally forecast. And if we can wrap that moisture back around, we could be talking about snow lingering into Wednesday morning. I'm not sold on that just yet, but I did up snow totals. Take a look. 3 to 6 inches for all of down east, 6 to 12 inches just about everywhere else. I've got 12 to 18 for Freiburg, Brownfield, Hiram, Sebago, down to Sanford and the Berwicks, and then up to Route 2 to Norway and Farmington is where I think we will ultimately see that 12 to 18-ish range settle. Might have to drag this a little farther north overnight. We'll see. The new data comes in tonight around 10 o'clock, so maybe some changes for the 11 o'clock newscast. Haven't really changed the wind gust forecast much. Still looking at gusts to about 40 or so miles an hour along the coastline. A little further inland, 30 to 40 miles an hour. This is where the blowing snow risk comes into play, which means blowing and drifting snow will be issues, reduced visibility will be issues. But something else that we have to watch is wave heights. We'll be pushing all of that water toward us. The high tide cycles tomorrow, especially near Portland, will be around 2 in the morning. So I think we could be dealing with some minor coastal flooding, not only then, but in the evening high tide too. And that's mostly going to be for the Penobscot Bay and to the west, closer to York and Cumberland counties. Winds are going to pick up a bit through the day tomorrow. Your marine forecast shows gale warnings in effect starting 7 o'clock tomorrow night, lasting until noon on Tuesday, with seas building. Lingering mountain snow Thursday. There's a storm Friday. It's a little bit earlier, and because of that, we might be able to introduce a bit more cold air, which means we could be talking about another wintry system to end the work week off. I'm not sold on that just yet. We stay cloudy on Sunday, Hannah, and then we might have another storm lined up for Monday of next week.
Wow.
And if things stay the way they have or trend a little bit colder, this could be 3 in a row that are mostly snow. We'll see. But
all right,
be prepared for Tuesday.
Yeah, still a lot evolving, and we'll take one at a time first,
yes.
First and foremost, Mike.
Yes.
But still a lot evolving on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we'll definitely be checking back in with you. I know you and the weather team are all over it.
For sure.
All right, thank you, Mike.